All right, so we have 45 minutes. These shorter practices are usually a little bit more intense because they are shorter. So bear that in mind, but they're still for everybody. So always adapt according to what you need on any given day. All right, let's get started. Come into knee pile. Take your left knee over your right. You can sit up on a block if you need to, and the bottom leg can be straight. Make sure you've got your block and your roll and your blanket. If you don't, pause the video, go grab them. And then let's get started. Kapalabhati, 75, exhales, change legs, we do 75 on the other side. Relax your arms by your side, take a breath in through your nose, out through the mouth, and then half of an inhale. Kapalabhati on the exhale. Hands in the air if you can. Change the cross of your legs. If you can't, use your hands, that's fine. Make sure you're sat back on your sit bones with the back of the head over the lower back. And then 75 Kapalabhati breaths. So take an inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And let's go. Inhale together. Okay, and if that wasn't enough for your abs, unravel your legs, come down onto your back. Remember padding if you need it. Setting up for abs with a roll. So the roll goes in between your legs. Remember you can always have your feet down here, especially if you're working with building ab strength. Don't work with your feet up straight away. Chin tuck back the neck long, fingers interlaced. Make sure the hands are supporting the skull. And then you can pick your feet up or you can take the legs straight up. Inhale through the back of the ribs, get the back body spreading as you breathe in. Hold the breath, squeeze the roll, little curl of the tailbone slightly. Exhale, head and shoulders up. Draw the lower belly down at the lower part of your abdomen. Inhale, head down. Hold the breath, squeeze the roll, get the inner thighs working. Exhale, head and shoulders come up, lower belly draws down. Inhale, head down, hold the breath. Squeeze the roll, little curl of the tailbone. Push up through the heels as you exhale. Head and shoulders come up. Lower belly draws down towards the spine. Inhale, head down, hold the breath. Squeeze the roll, squeeze sit bones. Exhale, head and shoulders come up. Lower belly draws down. Inhale, head down. Do two more. Hold the breath. Squeeze the roll, curl tailbone. Exhale, head and shoulders come up. Feel the lower belly draw down. Inhale, head down again. Keep lower back pressing into the mat as you hold the breath, squeeze the roll, squeeze sit bones. Exhale, head and shoulders come up, lower belly draws down. Inhale, head down, put both feet down as you exhale. Take a full feeling breath into your belly. Open your mouth, let all of your breath out. And then roll over onto one side. Set up for straddle lifting through. So you can work here always, guys, with your legs on the wall, remember? Support of the wall. You can also do this in frog's legs, so the knees can be bent. So you're straddling like so. That might be easier for some of you guys. I'm going to do it with straight legs today. Okay. So support yourself as you need. And then before we get started, hands clasped at the base of the skull, spread out through the feet to get the feet bones active. And then feel where your lower back presses onto the mat there. As you inhale, head and shoulders come up. Exhale, slight curl of the pubic bone up towards the navel. As you send the thigh bones away, and at the same time, pull the lower belly down. Relax the pelvis, lower the shoulders an inch. Take a huge breath through the side rib cage. Hold the breath, curl pubic bone, reach to inner thighs. Exhale, lower belly draws down. Relax the pelvis completely. Inhale, lift your head higher. Come right up onto the bottom tips of the shoulders. As you exhale, curl pubic bone to navel. Keep your knees soft. Reach through the inner ankles and the inner calves. Belly draws in. Relax the pelvis. Inhale, lower the shoulders an inch and keep the lower back pressing down. As you exhale, curl pubic bone to navel. It's a tiny movement. Feet active, reach through inner thighs, inner ankles. Keep the knees soft. Belly draws in. Relax the pelvis. Inhale, lift up higher. Come right up onto the tips of the shoulder blades. Reach your elbows up. As you exhale, curl pubic bone to navel. Reach through inner thighs. Draw the lower belly down. Relax the pelvis, inhale, head down, and then help the legs together with your hands as you exhale, supporting the legs. Awesome work. Roll over onto one side, come onto the back again. I'm going to set up, I want to do bridge lifts just to get the glutes on a little bit before we go into the next part of the practice. So place your feet somewhere, and you might need to do this kind of as you're going, but the idea is I want you guys to feel the bottom part of your butt switch on. So you might need to have your hands there in order to feel it, that's okay. But check out where your feet need to go. So feet are about hip width apart roughly. And then you might need to take your feet further forward, out to the side, somewhere to feel your butt working. All right, let's get started. Relax your arms by the side, take an inhale. Exhale there. Take another inhale, and this time press up on your exhale. So to just pause here at the top, curl your pubic bone up, so tailbone tucks. Press down through the heels and the balls of the feet and get a sense of the very bottom of your butt working. If you can't feel it, take your feet wider, maybe turn your feet out a little bit. Do something in your feet to feel it. Okay, from there, let's go through 10. So inhale to lower, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. So a little squeeze at the top. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Lift. Another 6. Squeeze at the top. 5. Little tuck of the tailbone. 4. Press through the heels. 3. Chin is tucked. Another 2. Squeeze. Final 1. Lift. And then lower as you exhale. Okay, from there, draw the knees into the chest. Little rock from side to side. And then forward and back. Get a little bit of momentum and come on up to your hands and knees. Setting up for dolphin. So remember, if your wrist tweak or shoulder less strongy today, you can work with your hands clasped. Otherwise, measure your upper arm bones and take your forearms parallel. So elbows, wrists are in one straight line. Before we move into dolphin, I want you to lift your palms up and start to press the palms of your hands forward. So you're actually getting this sense of traction in the wrist. And then when you plant your palms down, do it mindfully. Middle finger reaches straight ahead. Back of the head is relaxed. And then a deep breath in through the upper back. Feel your breath spread up into your armpits and then tuck your toes, and as you exhale, straighten your legs. So remember, the heels don't need to touch the floor. The knees can bend as much as you need. What you're feeling for is this sense of lift through the ribs, through the side ribs. Back of the head is relaxed. You're pressing down through the inner arm bones if you've got your forearms down. If you've got your hands clasped, you can still press down through the forearm bones, but you want to feel this sense of lifting up. And then bring a little bit more awareness into the back of the legs so the inner thighs roll back. Heels are reaching for the earth, maybe not touching. And then steady, thorough breaths here. So feel the rib cage like a 360-degree breath. Okay, from there bring your feet together so ankles touch and inhale the right leg up. Only go as far as you can to keep the legs straight. So if you're bending the knee to lift it higher, lower it down a little bit and really get a sense of activating the whole of your inner right leg line and your right glute. Still reaching actively through the left heel, left inner ankle. And then lower the right leg down and inhale the left leg up. So same thing. Don't bend the knee to get the leg higher. We want to feel the whole of the left leg active. And reaching down for the right heel as you use the left butt cheek to draw the leg up. The back of the head is relaxed. Remember deep, thorough breaths through the side and back of the body. And release, lower the leg down, lower both knees down. Sit your hips back to your heels, palms on your thighs. Take a full breath in there. And a full breath out. And then make your way on up to standing for sun. Feet can be together or apart, whatever's working for you at the moment. If you can vary it, I'd suggest that. And then bring your arms by the side, back of the head over the sacrum. Feel your shoulders ease away from your ears. And then inhale, arms up, get length through the side ribs. Keep the ribs drawn in. So try not to flare the ribs too much and then fold forward as you exhale. Let the back of the head go. Take the left leg back, knee down underneath your hip. Come into a high lunge as you inhale. So arms come up, navel draws in. Then plant your palms, step back to plank. Modified chaturanga, put your knees down, navel in as you lower on the exhale. Upper back working. Hands come forward for cobra. So start low, keep your lower ribs on the floor, just your upper ribs lifting, that's an inhale. And lower your chest, navel to spine as you press to down dog on the exhale. Left foot forward, back knee underneath the hip again as you come up on the inhale. Try to keep the front ribs drawn in as you lift through the side ribs. And then plant your palms and step forward as you exhale. Maybe bending your knees to let your whole body rest on your thighs. The back of the head is relaxed. And then press through your feet to come all the way up. Inhale. And the hands reach down to your heart as you exhale. We go again, inhale, arms skyward, long spine. Forward fold as you breathe out. The right leg goes back this time, knee underneath the hip again. Come up as you inhale. Feel the side ribs lengthen. This time spread the palms. And then plant your palms and step to plank. Knees go down, modified chaturanga. Keep pressing the floor away as you lower. Cobra, maybe a little higher this time, that's an inhale. Navel to spine, down dog as you exhale. Letting the back of the head go. Right foot forward, back knee underneath the hip. Come up on the inhale. Feel the front heel press down here. Lifting through the side ribs, and then plant the palms, step forward and fold again as you exhale. Let the back of the neck go. Press through both feet, come all the way up on the inhale, arms reach. And lower hands to heart as you exhale. Inhale, arms up. Notice the breath is getting deeper and longer. Fold as you exhale, all of the breath out. Take the left leg back a little further this time. Come up into a lunge as you inhale. Still pressing through the front heel. Keep the pelvis stable. Plant the palms, step back to plank. Modify chaturanga, knees go down. Lower all the way as your navel draws in. Come into a cobra, inhale, maybe a little higher. Stretching out the front of your belly. And then lower, press back. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Left foot forward for lunge. So deeper lunge, but again, still keep the butt active. So you don't want to completely collapse into the pelvis. Pressing through the front heel. And then plant the palms and step forward as you fold over the exhale at the back of the head go. Press through both feet, come all the way up, inhale. And then hands reach down to the heart again as you exhale. Inhale, arms up, long spine. Forward fold as you exhale. Right leg back for lunge. Inhale to come up. And plant the palms, step to plank. Modify as you exhale, knees go down, lower all the way. Cobra inhale, make sure the thighs are engaged. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Right foot forward, lunge. Huge breath in. Feel the lungs fill completely. And as you step forward, empty the lungs completely on your exhale. So squeeze in the last little bit of breath out of the lungs. Come all the way up, inhale, arms reach. And hands to heart as you exhale. Inhale, arms up, reach, lengthen. Forward fold as you exhale. Step the left leg back, keep the knee lifted, this time for crescent lunge, but low lunge. Notice if you come up too high there, you want to keep front thigh parallel to the floor, and then arms come up as you inhale. Make sure the back heel reaches straight back, take a deep breath in there. And then plant the palms, step to plank. Still modify chaturanga as you lower on the exhale. Cobra. Come a little higher again, the upper back working. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Left foot forward, crescent lunge. So keep that front thigh as parallel to the floor as you can. Back heel reaches straight back so it doesn't sickle in or out. And deep breath in through the sides of the ribs there. Plant your palms, step forwards and fold fully as you exhale. Lift the inner arches of the feet, come all the way up as you inhale. And hands to heart as you exhale. Alrighty, here we go, standing pose series. Yay! So take that front foot forward, so left foot forward. Warrior two legs. Back of the head over the sacrum and arms by the side. Shoulder shrugs. Take a breath in through the upper back. Hold the breath, lift your shoulders right up to your ears. Keep them lifted. Take them straight back. Squeeze. Squeeze, and as you exhale, drag the shoulders down your back. Relax your arms. Inhale into the mid-back. As you exhale, squeeze the middle shoulder blades. Keep the ribs drawn in. It's a strong squeeze as you drag the shoulders down. Relax the arms. Take another breath into the upper back. This time bend the elbows, and as you exhale, try and get the bottom tips of the shoulder blades to squeeze. Strong squeeze, and drag your shoulders down. Stay in the pose, legs the same. Archer. Inhale the left arm straight up, bend that. You can bring the right hand to the left elbow or interlock. Keep reaching the left elbow up, but keep the ribs drawn in. So as you inhale, move your breath up into the left armpit, left side of the chest. And as you exhale, feel the right elbow move down as the left elbow tractions up. So there's almost a bit of resistance happening there. Feel for a lengthening up of the left arm bone. Keep your legs the same. We're nearly there. Take the right arm straight up. Actually, we're not. That's a total lie. Take the right arm back, and as you exhale, left arm over. So if you need to straighten that front leg and bend it again, do that. But feel for the lift up through the left side of the rib cage here, remember. It's a side bend, not a back bend. So keep the side ribs lengthening, keep the sit bones and tailbone reaching down. And then look somewhere that doesn't strain the neck. And your next inhale, come all the way up. Now straighten the front leg. Triangle with a half bind. So inhale the left arm up, reach out, out, out. Bring the left hand to the left shin. The right arm can stay straight up. Fine. If you want to go into a half bind, take the right hand behind and clasp either the left thigh or the back of the leggings, whatever you can grab. Okay, and again, we want to feel as though we're not collapsing through the side ribs here. So both sides lengthen. And again, looking somewhere that doesn't strain the neck. Sense of feeling both feet plug down as both legs support the body, especially the spine. And then you can keep the bind. We're setting up for half moon, so you can bring your right hand to your right hip. If you need to do a little shuffle to get the leg in, that's fine. Blocks work really well here. And start to lift the right leg up as you peel open. So you're aiming to stack your right hip on top of your left. And then if you can, take the right arm up. Keep looking down though. Engaging the inner right leg line like we did earlier in abs with a roll. So feel that switch on. And then take a breath through both side ribs. And as you exhale, start to roll the right shoulder away from the floor, so you're opening up through your chest. Okay, from there we come to vertical splits. So hands can be on a block or the floor. Remember, we want to square the pelvis off in this one. The top thigh, that's the right thigh, is parallel to the floor. You've got a little bit of a bend through the elbows, so you're not pushing into the joints. And then start to lift the right leg up with your right butt, rather than trying to fling it in the air. Okay, be steady, be strong, let the back of the head relax. Deep feeling breaths in here. As you exhale, let the jaw separate, the skin across your cheeks relax. And then from there, lower the foot down. So you're coming back into a warrior two position. Now you can do a half bind here if that's where you're at today. Otherwise, coming into full warrior interlock. So full bind, left arm under, right arm behind. Again, you want to feel as though the left butt cheek is tucking back towards the right heel. Chest is open. Neck is relaxed. A sense of feeling like both legs are evenly working. Don't forget about the back leg in this pose. Again, the breath is steady, neck is relaxed. And then release the bind. Place both hands on the floor. Back knee underneath your hip, setting up for lunge, heel to butt. So send your front thigh forward, reach with your right hand. You can use a strap here as well, if you need to reach back to grab the right foot. Left hand stays on the left knee, and then feel as you inhale for lifting up through the front of the body. Easing the heel in towards the butt, and then a tiny little micro movement of the right hip bone forward. You won't need too much there to feel that sense of lifting up whilst pressing down through the front foot. Keep the butt working, keep the pelvis stable. And from there, release, come into a high lunge, the back knee is underneath the hip. Right hand on the floor and inhale, left arm up. Now you can take that right hand a little bit wider. This is about opening up through the front of the chest. So don't get too caught up in your alignment, but instead feel for this opening through the front of the body. Slight bend through the right elbow. As you inhale, feel length through the spine, like you want to reach each vertebrae forward and lengthen, and then exhale to twist a little deeper. Keep the pelvis relatively still. Let the spine move. One more full breath in there through the side of the rib cage. Twisting a little deeper as you breathe out. And then release. Keep the high lunge. Place your left hand on your left leg. Inhale the right arm up. Then you're taking, you can either do a half version where you're starting to come into the bind. The left arm is behind and the right arm is outside the left thigh. Or if your shoulders will allow, you can interlock. Stay in the lunge today, back knee down. And for this one, your belly will probably rest on your front thigh. So what I would suggest to do is get your breath through the back of the body there, where there is space to move your breath. Keep letting the back of the neck go, the head, the jaw. And then start to roll the left shoulder open a little. So remember, these movements are usually a millimetre at a time. They're not big movements. This sense of feeling opening through the front of the chest. Steady breath. Awesome work. Woo! And then release. Come into pigeon. The left knee is bent. Remember, if the knee things are happening, you can always bend that back knee. Obviously, heel up towards the top of the mat, but it doesn't have to be. Okay. So come up first, take an inhale, and then we're going to twist over the left thigh. So it might be that you're up on your hands here. That's absolutely fine. I like that into the psoas there. Or you can come down a little. That's fine too. Some people like to take that right leg over to the left so the stretch to the side is even more. It's a bit too much for me. A couple of breaths here again. Just reconnect back to the breath. Try and work with steadying and evening out the inhale and the exhale. So maybe in for 4 and out for 4, something like that. Alright, and then coming back up, but stay in pigeon. Got a little bit longer here. Inhale, lift the chest, and this time turn to face the foot. So you're getting your sternum bone over the front foot. Take an inhale, and then leaning into the forward fold as you exhale. It's a sense of feeling the length through the spine first. Maybe then, once you've got the length, you can go a little bit deeper, but don't round the back just to get deeper in. It makes no sense. Get the breath into those really tricky areas in the hip joint, where you feel there's a real intensity. Breathe into that place. Alright, and from there release. Just come up to standing, so there's no down dog in the standing pose series. And we get to do that whole thing again. Isn't that exciting? So take the right foot forward. You're in a warrior two position. Shoulder shrugs. Remember the back of the head over the lower back. Arms by your side. Inhale into the upper back. Hold the breath, lift the shoulders right up to your ears. Take the mat squeeze, and as you exhale, drag down. Inhale into the mid and upper back. As you exhale, squeeze mid shoulder blade, strong squeeze, and exhale to drag down. Inhale into mid and upper back. Bend the elbows a little as you exhale, squeeze. And drag down, drag all the way down. Keep the front thigh bent, take the right arm up, archer. So remember you can bend the right elbow. If you're tighter through the shoulders, do something like this with the left hand on the right elbow. If you can interlock, then by all means go there. If you're interlocking though and you're stretching out through the abs, that's kind of not the point either. So you want to feel this mostly in the shoulders. Notice them compensations, and then as you take your breath in, move it into the right armpit. Pressing down through the legs as you send the right elbow skyward and the left elbow down. It's a sense of resistance that's created in the opposite directions. Okay, one more feeling breath in there. Release your arms on the breath out. Stay in the leg position for reverse warrior. Inhale, left arm up this time. Reach back. Reverse it as you exhale. Keep tracking the right thigh forward. And again, remember both sides lengthen. And feel this as a side bend, not a back bend. Relaxing the neck as best you can. And keep the breath steady. So notice when you've gone too far and the breath becomes really strained, that's the indication that it's no longer helpful. Come to a place where you can breathe, even if that's way less than you'd like it to be. Alright, and then straighten that front leg, thank God. Reach up through the right arm, come into triangle, right hand, right shin. You can have the left arm up, if that works. If you want a half bind, go for it. Just be really mindful of overextending through the front ribs. It's a typical thing for us yogis to do. Just keep feeling for length through the spine, reaching the crown of the head forward. And then roll out through the upper side of the left chest, upper left side of the chest there. Neck relaxed. Okay, coming into half moon. So remember, you need to do a couple of shuffles, that's okay. Left arm straight up, left leg lifts. Gazes down. Watching that front foot, you want to track those toes straight forward so they're not turning into the midline at all. If you need to use the wall, you can. Help to teach your muscles to balance a little more effectively. And take one more feeling breath in there as you push down through the right foot. Roll open. And then vertical splits as you exhale. The hands can be on the block or the floor, but remember a little turbo drag action through your arms, bending through the elbows. Pelvis is square to the floor, and then butt cheeks. The left butt cheek lifts the left leg. Keep letting the neck relax. There's barely any pressure at all in the wrists here. Very, very gentle. And big feeling breaths through the back of the body as you press down. Beautiful, and then from there lower the back leg down, so we come back into the warrior two position. So you can do the half bind, or if you've got it available, come into the full interlock. So remember with the interlock you're binding at the hip joint, not the knee joint. And the sense of rotating your right ribs up towards the ceiling as you let your neck go. So just again feel that left side of the neck relax. And then again, feel for your breath, so wash your breath through the side of the body. Feel for a let go through the jaw. And keep your eyes soft. Release, back knee down. You can pad your knee if you need, lunge heel to butt. Remember you can use a strap. Left hand reaches, grabs the left ankle, right hand on the right thigh. Inhale to lift up. And then heel comes in towards the butt as you exhale. A tiny little twist of the left hip forward. You'll feel that pretty much straight away. Keep pressing through the front heel there. You lift up through the front of the body. Release. Easy twisting lunge. Remember you're in a high lunge. Back knee under your hip. Left hand on the floor. Inhale, right arm up. Try to keep the, notice when you twist, you'll want to twist and then send the right knee out. Keep the right knee tracking straight ahead and make sure the twist happens from your spine. The other thing that you'll want to do is thrust your left shoulder forward. So keep that rolling back as you twist open. And we want to, again, just really isolate the twist into particularly the upper mid-spine. You let the neck go. And then release. And come into the lunge, interlock. So inhale the left arm up. This is the first part. So you can just take the left arm outside the right thigh and the right arm behind. Otherwise, you interlock. And again, we want to get this sense of the chest opening. Remember to breathe through the back of the body where there is space to breathe. Neck is relaxed, back toes spread. Awesome work. And release from there. Front knee bends. Remember, you can always bend the back knee if you need to. Come up onto your fingertips, take an inhale and then twist over towards the right thigh as you exhale. Just take that in your own pace, like step by step. The sense of keeping the front foot activated. Toes are spreading. And just notice where there's space in the body to get your breath. So maybe through the left side ribs is a really good place to start. One more feeling breath in there. And out. And come on up. Whoa. Transition to the other side. So we're going to bring the sternum lines up with the front foot. I usually take an inhale up here and then come down as you exhale. So you're still reaching through the right foot there. And you still want to feel like the spine is lengthening. If you round, then we're kind of not getting maximum prana into the spine, right? So we want straight spine, chin tucked. And then just accept where your body goes from there. Like, you might not get all the way down, but you'll survive. Everything is all good. So you can get your breath, like you're thinning out the tension in your hip joint with your breath. Feel for that image of watering down the tension. Ready, and then come all the way up. Oh. Stand on up. Let's do a forward fold into the wall. So if this is too much, you can do it off the wall. So you're coming in. Knees can bend, feet can be about hip width apart if you want them to be a bit wider. Just let the wall support your body as you fold in. If you want to do this off the wall, you may. If you need to do something that's more supportive, whatever. You can actually do a forward fold, lying on your back and drawing your legs in towards your chest. Bring your breath back to steady breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then slowly make your way away from the wall. Come down onto your back. Just keep your knees bent there for a moment, and then take your left ankle over your right thigh for back release. So a figure four position through the leg, left toes point back towards the left knee. Hands reach and grab the shin or the thigh, and then take an inhale through the back of the body. Press your left ankle into your right thigh as you exhale and draw the knee in towards your chest. So you're just deepening the opening there. A little bit of resistance. Relax completely, but keep the pause. And take another inhale as you press ankle into the thigh and the knee comes in. So you're just creating resistance. It doesn't have to be really intense. Let's do one more. Relax completely. Take an inhale, press ankle into thigh and then draw the knee in. Do exhale. And release. Plant both feet down. Take a breath there. And change as your right ankle over thigh, reach through. Flex your toes back. Take a deep breath in through the side of the body. Ankle and thigh as you draw the knee in on your exhale. Try and keep the chin tucked here so the back of the neck is still long. And then relax, take another inhale. Ankle and thigh press as you exhale. Last one, relax, inhale. Press as you exhale, so you're pressing ankle as the knee draws in. And from there, release. And then make your way to Shavasana, final rest. So ankles out wide, arms by your side. Walk your shoulders away from your ears. Chin is tucked. Back of the neck is long. Sense of energy moving through the palms and your hands and your feet. Allow yourself to uptake the healing qualities of this pause. Nice. If you need to stay longer here, by all means, stay. Otherwise, bringing your ankles to touch. You reach your arms over the head, point the toes away, lengthen out through the spine. Bring a little bit more life back into the body. And then making a transition to one side slowly. You rest there for a moment. And then helping yourself up to seated. Or kneeling, whatever works. And close your eyes down again as you reconnect to the energy that is here in your body now. Notice what's changed. You're feeling a little bit more re-energized. Bringing your hands to your heart, deep breath in through the nose. Full breath out through the mouth. And finish. Namaste.